Next topic is Papian differential equation, or it's called total differential equation, or it's called single differential equation. This word is popular, that is a Papian differential equation. So what is the definition of Papian differential equation? Let p x y z, q x y z, and r x y z means p q r are the function of x y z, the three variable function of x y z. Then uh, p dx or p x y z dx plus q x y z dy plus r x y z dz is equal to 0, or simply we can write p dx plus q dy plus r dz is equal to 0 is called Papian differential equation. So very simple definition of Papian differential equation or total differential equation, or it's called single differential equation. And so what is the definition? The differential equation of the form p dx plus q dy plus r dz is equal to 0, where p, q are the functions of x, y, z is called Papian differential equation, obviously in three variables x, y, z. So if we take a Papian differential equation in two variables, then it is what p dx plus q dy is equal to 0, and where p and q are the functions of x and y. Okay, and so is called Papian differential equation of the three variables. Then vector form of the Papian differential equation. Topic is important as far as the exam concerned. That is definition of the Papian differential equation is important. Its vector form is also important, because there are 2-mark questions on this topic. That is write the vector form of the Papian differential equation. So how can write the vector form? Suppose x bar is a vector pqr, that is right in round bracket p comma q comma r, or write x bar as capital pi plus qj plus rk. One and the same, right? Either in this form pi plus qj plus rk, or write in round bracket p comma q comma r. So this is the vector x bar. And suppose dr bar is dxi dyj plus dzk. Okay, all right. Dr bar in round bracket as dx comma dy comma dz. So we can write any vector in either in this form, in the form of ijk, or in the form of this three tuple, that is in a round bracket p comma q comma r. We can also write this is dr bar as round in a round bracket dx comma dy comma dz. So this is dr bar. And then what is x bar dot dr bar? That is the what is the dot product of two vector. The multiplication of coefficients of I plus multiplication of coefficient of j plus multiplication of coefficient of k is the dot product. So x bar dot dr bar is what? P dx plus q dy plus r dz. And then x bar dot dr bar is equal to 0 means p dx plus q dy plus r dz is equal to 0, and this is the vector form. X bar dot, this dot is important, dr bar is equal to 0 is called vector form of the Papian differential equation. So there is a question of 2 mark that write the vector form of the Papian differential equation. So first write this p dx plus q dy plus r dz is equal to 0 is called Papian differential equation. Then write x bar, write dr bar, and find x bar dot dr bar, it is equal to 0 is called, this is called x bar dot dr bar is equal to 0 is called a vector form of the Papian differential equation. The next question is theorem is prove that the Papian differential equation in two variables always possesses integrating factor. What is the Papian differential equation in two variable? This is the Papian differential equation in two variable. P xy dx plus q xy dy is equal to 0 is the Papian differential equation in two variables. This is the Papian differential equation in three variables. This p dx plus q dy plus r dz, where this p q r are the functions of x, y, z. And if the p and q are the functions of x and y, and then p dx plus q dy is equal to 0 is called a Papian differential equation in two variables. And this equation always possessing integrating factor. That is, we can reduce this equation to exact differential equation by multiplying that integrating factor. That is always integrable. Okay, we have its integration directly or by multiplying the integrating factor. So always possesses integrating factor. If the integrating factor is 1, then the differential equation p dx plus q dy is equal to 0 is itself integrable. But if it is not integrable, then we can convert it is to integrable by using by multiplying the integrating factor. So we know the integrating factor. So what is the meaning of integrating factor? If the given differential equation p dx plus q dy is equal to 0 is not integrable, and if we multiply by some function of xy, suppose I, in that equation, then if it becomes integrable or exact, then we say that I is the integrating factor. Okay, so let pxy dx plus qxy dy is equal to 0 be a Papian differential equation. What we have to show? We have to show this equation always possesses integrating factor. So therefore p dx is equal to minus q dy, dy by dx is minus p by q. Okay, so if pxy and qxy be single valued function, then dy by dx is also single valued function, and then the solution of one exists and satisfies the initial conditions and boundary conditions at x is equal to x naught and y is equal to y naught. So if the function x and y both are single valued function, p and q are single valued functions, then we have its integration easily. We have its solution by integrating. Okay, but these are not single valued function if they are two variable functions. That is, if the p and q both are single valued functions, suppose p is function of x or y, or q is function of either x or y, single valued functions, then we can separate the variables and integrating we have the solution. Then the solution of one exists very easily when the function is when the function p and q are single valued functions, then we have the solution of this equation number 2, that is the equation number 1, and that satisfies the initial and boundary conditions. So that is the function is the given differential equation is integrable. So when what is the definition of integrating factor? Here is the definition of integrating factor. The function mu xy, two variable function, because we define the integrating factor for two variable functions. So right, mu xy, that is mu is the function of x and y, is called integrating factor if mu p dx plus mu q dx is equal to 0 become exact or integrable. That is, the given differential equation p dx plus q dy is not integrable, but if we multiply by that function of x y as mu, we denote it is by mu. If we multiply by mu to that differential equation, then if it is becomes exact or integrable. So we know that when this function is integrable, if the coefficient of derivative of the coefficient of dx, that is dava y of mu p, the derivative of the coefficient of dx by y and the coefficient of dy, right, dy with respective x both are same, that is dava y of mu p and dava x of mu q both are same, then the function is integrable or exact. Okay, so when we say mu is called integrating factor, if you multiply by that mu, the given differential equation, if it becomes exact or integrable, then we say mu is an integrating factor. So if the p and q are single valued function, then we have the solution. Obviously, we have the solution of this equation by separating the variables. Suppose these x, p and q are not single valued function, then what happens? Let phi xy is equal to c be solution of what? Suppose we have the solution of the equation number 1 as phi xy is equal to constant. Then dava phi by dava with respect to the complete derivative of this phi, d phi is equal to 0. D phi is 0. What is d phi? Dava phi by dava x, right here, dava x dx. Dava phi by dava y dy is equal to 0. This is complete derivative of this function phi. That is d phi. Is dava phi by dava x dx, dava phi by plus dava phi by dava y dy is equal to 0. If the equation 1 is exact differential equation, suppose equation 1 is exact differential equation, then 1 and 3 represent the same differential equation. And then dava phi by dava x, because if we have the solution and if the integrating factor is 1, Then we have the deva phi by deva x as p, deva phi by deva as q. That is, if the given function is exact, then we have this, that deva phi by deva x is p. If you compare these two, that is p dx plus q dy is equal to 0, then we have deva phi by deva x as p and deva phi by deva y as q. Suppose equation 1 is not exact differential equation. If the equation 1 is not exact differential equation, then there exists a function mu xy such that mu xy is equal to 1 by p deva phi by deva x and is equal to 1 by q deva phi by deva y. That is, if the suppose the function 1 is not exact differential equation, then suppose there exists a function mu xy such that mu xy is equal to 1 by p deva phi by deva x and 1 by q deva phi by deva y. Suppose the function equation 1 is not exact. If it is exact, then we have deva phi by deva x is p, deva phi by deva y is q. But if it is not exact, the given differential equation is not exact, then if we have this function mu xy such that if we multiply by mu xy to this equation, then this mu p becomes deva phi by deva x. Then what happens after multiplying by mu to this equation, it becomes exact. And therefore, if we differentiate phi with respect to x, then we have answer mu p. That is, mu is 1 by p deva phi by deva x, and mu is also 1 by q, because this mu q is what? Deva phi by deva y, and therefore mu is what? 1 by q deva phi by deva. We have such a function mu xy. Multiplying 1 by mu, we get mu p dx plus mu q dy is equal to 0, and then write the value of mu as 1 by p deva phi by deva x, 1 by q as mu as 1 by q deva phi by deva y, and then we have deva phi by deva x dx, pp get cancel and q get cancelled, then deva phi by deva y dy is equal to 0, and this is d phi, this LHS is d phi, complete derivative is equal to 0. Therefore, mu xy is integrating factor of the equation 1, and hence theorem. That is, if the function is not exact, then we have such a function mu xy such that we have the LHS as a derivative of that function phi, and therefore this mu xy becomes an integrating factor, because the given differential equation is not integrable, but if we multiply by mu, then it becomes integrable, and therefore we have hence the theorem. That is, if the differential equation is Pfeiffer differential equation is in two variables, then it always possesses integrating factor. That is, it's differential equation is itself integrable, or it's possessing integrating factor. Okay, always possessing integrating factor. The next theorem is the necessary and sufficient condition that there exists between two functions uxy and vxy a relation f of uv is equal to 0, not involving x or y explicitly, is that deva uv deva xy is equal to 0. So this theorem is important as far as the exam concerned. The necessary and sufficient condition, that is, we have to prove the theorem in two parts. The first part is what? Necessary part, and the second part is sufficient part. So the necessary part, we assume that, so what we have to show, there exists between two functions uxy and vxy a relation f of uv is equal to 0, not involving x or y explicitly, is that deva uv deva xy is equal to 0. So assume that there exists between two functions uxy and vxy a relation f of uv is equal to 0, not involving x or y, right here, x or y explicitly, okay. So and then we have to prove deva uv deva xy is equal to 0. Okay, so this is the part 1, necessary part. Then differentiating this equation f of uv with respect to x, what do we have? Deva f by deva u by deva x by chain rule. Now f is the function of u and v, and u and v are the functions of x and y, and that's why f is the composite function of x and y. Now with respect to x derivative is what? Deva f by deva u by deva x, deva f by deva v by deva x. Okay, and the derivative with respect to y is what? Dabba f by dabba u by dabba y plus dabba f by dabba v by dabba x. Right here, diagram that f arrow ub arrow xy. Okay, so f is the function of u and v, and u and v are the function of x and y. By chain rule, dabba f by dabba, the derivative with respect to x and derivative with respect to y are these. Okay, then multiplying equation 1 by dabba v by dabba v by dabba y, this function, and this equation number 2 by dabba v by dabba y, we have these two equations, dabba f by dabba v dabba u by dabba x, dabba v by dabba multiply by dabba v by dabba y to equation 1, and dabba v by dabba x to equation 3, 2, we have the 3 and 4, and then subtracting these two equations. So these two both terms are same, their subtraction is 0, and so we have the this term minus this term is equal to 0, because the subtraction of these two terms are same, so therefore their subtraction is 0. So we have this term minus this term is equal to 0. Take f by w as common, so we have the in bracket this, and as f is function of u and v, and so f by w is not equal to 0, because f is function of u and v, and therefore it is not equal to 0, and therefore this is equal to 0. That w by x, v by y minus w by y, v by x is equal to 0. And this is the determinant of w x, w y, and v x, v y. And this is the Jacobian v xy is equal to 0. That is the first part. We have to prove v xy is equal to 0. And in second part, assume that this Jacobian v xy is 0, and we have to show this we have to show f of uv is equal to 0 is the relation between u and v not involving x or y explicitly. Okay, so we assume that uv xy is equal to 0. Uv xy, this Jacobian is what? W by x, w by y. Determinant v by x, v by y is equal to 0. Solve this determinant. We have w by x into v by y minus w by y into v by x. Then eliminating y from u xy and v xy, we get f of x uv is equal to 0. That is this function f becomes a function of u, v and x, because y is eliminated from u and v. And then differentiate with respect to x this function. So we have f by x as the derivative of f with respect to x. Then f is function of u and v, but f is function of u and v are the function of x and y. Y is eliminated, so u and v both are function of x, and therefore by chain rule, f by w by x plus f by v by y. This is df, the complete derivative of this function f. And then with respect to y derivative, so with respect to y derivative of f is 0. So don't write the term f by y. Then write f by w by y plus f by v by y. And is the equation number suppose 3. And then multiplying equation 2 by v by y, this term, and to equation number 3 by v by x. So we have this equation number 4 and 5, and then subtracting 5 from 4, that is these two terms are same, therefore their subtraction is 0. And so after subtracting these two equations, we have this term, these two terms minus this one term, that is f by x, v by y plus f by w by x, v by y minus this term f by w w by y, v by x is equal to 0. Then take f by w as common from this last two terms. So we have this, and the value of this is 0 by using assumption. What is your assumption? Here the assumption is this determinant is 0, means this is equal to 0 by using equation number 1. That is by using assumption, we have the value of this bracket is 0, and therefore we have the answer f by x plus f by v is equal to 0. And v is a function of y, so v by y is not equal to 0. V is a function of y, and so v by dabba x is not equal to 0, because u and v both are function of x and y, and therefore dabba f by dabba x, this equation implies dabba f by dabba x is equal to 0, because dabba f by dabba x into dabba v by dabba x is 0, means one of them is 0. This is not equal to 0, means dabba f by dabba x is 0, and means the derivative of f with respect to x is 0, means f is not function of x. So therefore we say that f uv does not involve either x or y, that is f or f of uv is what, is a function of x or y explicitly. Okay, so because we have the derivative of f with respect to x is 0, means f is not function of x, and so we have the sentence f of uv does not involve x or y explicitly. Okay, so here theorem, proof of the theorem, the proof of the theorem is in two parts. In the first part, assume that that f of uv not involving x or y explicitly, that is, and the proof is what, the Jacobian is 0, this dabba uv dabba xy is 0. This is the first part, and in the second part assume that dabba uv dabba xy is equal to 0. This is the second part, and what we have, we have that f uv dabba f by dabba x is 0, means f is not function of x, and so we say that f of uv does not involve either x or y. Next theorem, that the pattern differential equation x bar dot dr bar is equal to 0 is integrable if and only x bar dot curl x bar is 0. So this is very important theorem. We'll see the proof of this theorem in the next part. After completing the example, we will see the proof of this theorem, that the pattern differential equation x bar dot dr bar is equal to 0 is integrable if and only x bar dot curl x bar is 0. So in order to check the differential equation, pattern differential equation is integrable or not integrable, this theorem is important, that check whether x bar dot curl x bar is 0 or not equal to 0. If x bar dot curl x bar is 0, then we say that given differential equation is pattern differential equation is integrable. So the first question is, example is, verify the differential equation y dx plus x dy plus z dz is equal to 0 is integrable. If it is integrable, then find its solution, or find its primitives, or find its complete integral, or find its general solution. So this y dx plus x dy plus z dz is equal to 0 is what? Is a Papian differential equation in three variables x, y, z. And so compare with this equation with the p dx plus q dy plus r dz is equal to 0. We get p is y, q is x, and r is z. Now x bar is what? Pi plus qj plus rk, that is yi plus xj plus 2zk. Okay, this 2zk, here is the 2zk, 2z dz. So r is 2z, and therefore x bar is this. Okay, and then find curl x bar. In order to check the x bar dot curl x bar, first find a curl x bar. So curl x bar is what? Is called del cross x bar. Another notation is what? Del cross x bar. And is the determinant ijk, and the first second row is what? Dabba dabba x, dabba dabba y, dabba dabba z. That are the coefficient of del. What is del? Del is dabba dabba xi plus dabba dabba yz plus dabba dabba zk. It's the operator, differential operator. Del means the differential operator, dabba dabba xi, dabba dabba yz, dabba dabba zk. And the cross product of any two vector is the determinant ijk. Write the coefficients in the second row, write the coefficient of the first vector, that is curl or del. So dabba dabba x, dabba dabba y, dabba dabba z. And x bar, the coefficients of ijk in x bar are what? X bar is this yi plus xj plus 2z. So x, y, x and 2z. Then solve this determinant I. Dabba dabba y of 2z is 0, dabba dabba z of x is 0. Then minus j, dabba dabba x of 2z is 0, dabba dabba z of y is 0, plus k, dabba dabba x of x is 1, and dabba dabba y of y is 1. So minus 1. We have 0 I plus 0 j plus 0 k, and then x bar dot curl x bar is what? The dot product of two vector is what? The multiplication of coefficient of I. So y into 0 plus multiplication of coefficient of j x into 0 plus 2z into 0. And the answer is 0 plus 0 plus 0 is 0. And therefore the given differential equation is integrable. Now we have to find its solution. So y dx plus x dy is the derivative of x into y, derivative of x into y. And 2z is the derivative of z square. So we write directly 2z as its integration. So integrating both sides. So integration of dxy is x into y. 2 integration of z 2z is what? Z square by 2 get cancelled. So we have z square x into y plus z square is equal to constant is its solution. And this method is what? It's called inspection method or direct integration. We have the direct integration without any multiplying any factor. We have the direct integration. Just adjust the derivative directly integrating. After directly integrating, we have if there is x dx, then its integration is x square by 2, but there is y dx plus x dy. So combine these two terms. So it is the derivative of x into y. There this y dx plus x dy, and so we have the answer xy plus z square is equal to constant uh, is the general solution, or is called complete integral, or is called primitives of the given Papian differential equation. So in order to check the Papian differential equation is integrable, we find x bar dot curl x bar, and if it is equal to 0, then the given differential equation, Papian differential equation is integrable. But if it is not equal to 0, it is not equal to 0, then the given Papian differential equation is not integrable. And then no need to find the its general solution, because its general solution is not obtainable, because the given differential equation is not integrable, means we cannot find its integration or its solution. Okay, so we'll see the remaining examples in the next lecture, the examples of Papian differential equation.